What up, ladies and gentlemen? The Beyond Light grind continues. I've been live for 23 straight hours, and I'm going to talk about how to power level in Beyond Light and the most efficient way to do it, the best way to do it, what to look for, what not to do, what to do, all that stuff. I'll be totally transparent and straightforward with you. The power grind is actually really straightforward and simple this time. There's not a bunch of crazy tips and tricks. There's not a bunch of like, oh my god, this is a huge thing you must know about. It's pretty straightforward. So let's just talk about it. First thing you want to know is that getting to 1200 power is really easy. I posted a video, I'm sure the link is sitting in the description right now, about a really fast and easy way to get to 1200 power, assuming it has not yet been patched. There are also lost sectors that work for that same concept. You can also go to this strike, Exodus Crash, and go right where the wanted enemy is at the very end and do the exact same thing even more efficiently. So once you get to 1200 power, that is when you want to start doing your pinnacles and your powerfuls. Now, normally, pinnacles are not things you'd want to do until you hit the cap, that hard cap, which this season is 1250, but there are not enough powerfuls and pinnacles to worry about hitting that 1250 cap this season, or sorry, this week. So don't worry about mixing up your pinnacles and your powerfuls. Just do all of them. And as always, you basically are wanting to do your powerfuls and your pinnacles and fill in gaps as need be. So if something ever falls so far behind that you could just get a basic drop and that would level up your power 1 overall, you want to make sure to do that. So an example being, let's say you're 1205 power actually, and you're so close to 1206, but your cloak is still 1200. Well, you want to make sure you just get your cloak to drop before you go and do another pinnacle, because you want your power to go up 1 more before you do that pinnacle. That is a basic strategy and a basic tip that has always been around, so just keep that in mind. Very important and very simple. So, do your powerfuls, do your pinnacles, and make sure that you are consistently checking in on your season pass and filling in those plus zeros through your season pass when you can, and all that good stuff. You can also use last season's season pass and anything you didn't use armor-wise on there. You can go to Bungie.net and find your last season pass. And you can go in there and pull from there too. So if you have a boot that you really need and last season you didn't pull a boot on your Warlock and you're on your Warlock, go pull the boot from your previous season pass using Bungie.net and level up that way. So basically, do powerfuls, do pinnacles, fill in gaps where need be via the plus zeros on the season pass or just from playing the game naturally. It's pretty damn straightforward. Now, you do that on one character, bring your weapons over to the second character, do it on your second character, bring your weapons over to the third, and do it there. There's a couple other tips I guess I want to give you. One of those is, there is a new area in the tower right in between the vaults, which allow you to pick up pinnacle weapons at your base power. It costs a lot of glimmer, it costs some different materials, ascendant shards and whatnot, but if you have a heavy, an energy, or a primary fall way behind, go to the middle portal in the vault, that little in-between area. You're going to be able to actually draw a weapon at your base power if it falls too far behind for a pretty hefty price. Now the last thing I want to say is comp is the best way to power level. It's the best way. Playing the competitive playlist and going from 0 to 5500 will get you not only a ton of power rank ups via the glory rank ups, but also via the valor rank ups. If you go and play comp, you are going to fly. So, if your goal is to get a character to the highest possible power you can possibly get it to in the first week, you do the third character. Pass it over to your second character, pass it over to your first character, and that is the first time you touch comp. The first time. You don't want to touch comp until your last character. Sorry, the first being the highest power character. The last one you touch, but the number one, the highest power character. And you want to grind out comp as much as you can. Now, a little tip I have for you guys, as silly as this is. If you look at Crucible, one of the... Why do I not have it on my Hunter? Oh, because I'm not 1200 power yet. You can't see it. There is a powerful reward for winning 7 rounds of comp. Not games. 7 rounds. And what I did on my Warlock and my Titan before I swapped to my Hunter, I made sure to win 7 rounds without winning any games. I'd get to 3 wins, then I'd back out. 3 round wins, you know, because it takes 4 to win. I'd get the 3 round wins, back out, get the 3 round wins, and then I'd jump off the map and let the enemy team win. Then I'd win 1 more round and I'd leave. Because I don't want to gain any comp on my Warlock and my Titan. I want all that comp score to go up on my Hunter. So there you go. It's really that simple. I've given you all the tips and tricks. My beautiful editor Stonewall will hopefully make a decent YouTube video out of it. I trust him, and I think he probably did. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button. If you want to learn more, I'm sure I'll probably be live on Twitch when you watch this, so come on over to Twitch and ask any clarifying questions you might want to. Pretty easy. Twitch.tv/GrenaderJake, spelled the same as my YouTube. But the power grind this season is pretty darn straightforward and pretty darn simple. I guess one last thing to note is there are air quote infinite powerfuls. And what that means is if you go into the Crucible, the Gambit, or the Strike playlist, you will randomly get +1 powerfuls to just drop. So theoretically, you could stay on one character and grind it infinitely, and you would eventually get to that spot where you are at the max power from getting those +1s. But +1s are not that advantageous, and there's not really too much strategy based around that. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. Thanks for tuning in, and again, come over to Twitch if you have any questions. Peace out.